What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? This your boy 13th Disciple 13TH, aka the Young John the Baptist. You know what it is. Grab your Bible, grab your pad, grab your pen, grab your highlighter. We about to dive into this gospel, and you about to get this work. It's time for another episode of Disciple Me. Let's go! All right, y'all, let's get it. I want you to go to the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 25 through 33. Let's read. After exploring the land for 40 days, the men returned to Moses, Aaron, and the whole community of Israel at Kadesh in the wilderness of Paran. They reported to the whole community what they had seen and showed them the fruit they had taken from the land. This was their report to Moses. We entered the land you sent us to explore, and it is indeed a bountiful country, a land flowing with milk and honey. Here is the kind of fruit it produces. But the people living there are powerful, and their towns are large and fortified. We even saw giants there. The descendants of Anak, the Amalekites, live in the Negev, and the Hittites, Jebusites, and the Amorites live in the hill country. The Canaanites live along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, along the Jordan Valley. But Caleb tried to quiet the people as he stood before Moses. "Let's go at once to take the land," he said. "We can certainly conquer it." I want you to park right there, and I want you to circle that part. Caleb said, "Let's go at once to take the land." He said, "We can certainly conquer it." Circle that part. That's very important. Let's continue to read. But the other men who had explored the land with him disagreed. "We can't go up against them. They are stronger than we are." So they spread this bad report about the land among the Israelites. "The land we traveled through and explored will devour anyone who goes to live there. All the people we saw were huge." I want you to circle that part too. All the people that we saw were huge. "We even saw giants there, the descendants of Anak. Next to them, we felt like grasshoppers," and that's what they thought too. All right, y'all, so let's break this thing down. What you're seeing in this passage is two different mindsets, two different perspectives, and two different perceptions on the same thing. Caleb and Joshua saw the same thing that the other 10 men saw, but they viewed it differently. That could mean somebody sees the glass half full, somebody sees the glass half empty. That's what's going to get you through life, is perception, is perspective, and the way that you view things. Somebody could have lost their job and it's the end of their world. Somebody could have lost a relationship and they're like, "Man, like life is over," you know what I'm saying? Like they left me. But the other person could have the mentality and the mindset and the view and the perception of, "Well, you leave me, somebody else gonna come better than you know what I'm saying? And somebody else could have the mindset like, "You know what, I lost my job, I can get another job." So it's about perspective, perception, and the view of the same thing. What you're seeing here is Moses sends out 12 men. 2 men think one way, but the other 10 thought a different way. I want you to write this down real quick. A quote that I heard from Henry Ford one time. It says, "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're probably right." My bishop used to always tell me when I was younger, "George, you may not be what you think you are, but what you think you are." I'm gonna say it again. You may not be what you think you are, but what you think you are. So whatever you think about yourself, you're gonna begin to put in systems and strategies to become exactly what you think about yourself. What you're seeing here is that the other 10 men, they had this grasshopper mentality. We gotta break that this year. I want us to begin to think like giants. They size themselves up and they say, "You know what? They look like giants. We look like grasshoppers." They thought less to themselves. They thought that, "You know what? There's no way that I can be able to have that." And I want to tell you that you can have anything you put your mind to. This year, I want you to think positive. I want you to say to yourself, no matter how challenging it is, no matter how big it is, I can be able to accomplish this. I can have this. Nobody in your family may have ever went to college, but you can. Nobody else graduated high school, but you can. You see a house you want, it may be expensive, you can have it. You see clothes you want to buy that look expensive, you can have it. You see a certain car you want this year, you can have it. If you work hard, if you put in systems, if you have a strategy and a plan, you can have whatever you think that you can have. I don't care how big it is. I don't care how challenging it is. You can have it. This year, I want you to think like a giant. I want you to think big. I want you to be like, you know what? There's nothing that I cannot do. This whole passage, as you study it and break it down, it's about men that saw the same thing, but 2 men, they viewed it differently than the other 10 men. Will you continue to think like a grasshopper? Will you continue to think like, yo, you can't do certain stuff? Or will you say to yourself this year, I'm gonna think like a giant? There's nothing I can't do. There's nothing I can't do. Proverbs 23:7 tells us this. It says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that means that whatever you think, you will become. Whatever you think, you will accomplish. So this year, I don't care how big it is, how small it is, you can do it. You can do it. Say it with me. You can do it. Make it personal. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Let that be this word for you for 2023. I can do it. I don't care how big it is. I can do it. You can do it, man. You can do it, sis. You can do it. All right, y'all, this your boy 13th Disciple, 13TH, aka the Young John the Baptist. You know what it is. Till next time, go make disciples. Let go.